You're listening to the Blunders and Flagons podcast, Season 3, The Peril of Tamrick.
Makani, you awaken probably around noon's a good time for you. You know,
a bit early, but
yeah, and you're in your your nice, luxurious house. Definitely doesn't have a crack in the mirror, or the windows aren't looking a little run down. There's definitely not dust collecting on the floor. The servants will take care of that. You wake up, and what would you do?
he doesn't get it, but he just kind of rolls his feet off and sits on the edge and just kind of decompresses from a difficult night of sleep. Just kind of lets the fresh morning air, the fresh afternoon morning air, wake him up naturally. And he sits there for a few minutes, slowly blinks the sleep away from his eyes, and then belaborously gets up off the bed and just steps very slowly and tiredly to his dresser, which perhaps at one point was a beautiful piece of woodwork. It is currently in bad repair. It has not had the upkeep that he grew up with. And he opens one of the drawers and selects what fine articles of clothing he will wear. He has two choices. He makes a selection and, in a very, very slow and direct manner, clothes himself. Then he sits down in front of the not cracked mirror and looks into the mirror for a little bit. You've got this. Picks up a bone comb and starts neatening up his hair. Jet black hair. He tucks it behind his long ears, as he is an elf. A point of interest for Makani is that his hair is not as normal elves would have a long mane, as it were.
That's true.
Makani's is not. He has had it trimmed short, and he has kept it trimmed very neatly, very short. Of course, no facial hair, but he keeps it very tightly cut, just past his ears. In sort of a visual act of rebellion.
You realize that as you're getting done, you're doing, I got this. You're hearing on your door very forcefully, and you're like, why is it so forceful?
He's gonna roll his eyes, put his bone comb down. Enter!
Brother, I've been knocking for an hour and a half. Entering into the house is a high elf that you know well. A man by the name of Fabian, who is indeed your brother. He is a wood elf, my bad. He goes, brother, it's been an hour. It's the same time every week.
Indeed, and my routine has yet to change.
So why keep me waiting for an hour and a half?
Perhaps it is on you for arriving an hour and a half earlier each afternoon.
Our appointed time is 12. It is now 2.
If you say so.
I don't know why you act this way here. He pulls out a coin purse. As you know, this coin purse will have 25 gold in it, and your brother gives it to you each week, and he goes, I don't know why you just don't apologize to father.
Me? Apologize?
Brother.
At what point was it my fault for his indiscretion?
Take your gold. Don't spend it all in one place.
Thank you kindly, brother.
I'm assuming this is his only gold income for the week.
It's all he gets.
Okay.
He
lovely.
doesn't sell things.
I kind of figured, but I wanted to make sure. So he hands you 25 gold, and he goes, Brother, I pray the best for you, and I truly want you to do well. But please, it's been 30 years. Get a job. Get something.
30 years is but a mere splash in the bucket, Brother Fabian.
Splash in the bucket, but it's still 30 years of wasted time. When will you do something with your life?
Is it truly wasted time spent away from such toxic, as it were, behavior from one as you may have the discretion to call him father, but he is not your father, and you know this.
Maybe next week I'll come a bit later with the gold. Perhaps a day or two. Good luck to you, brother.
Thank you for returning what is due me. You enjoy the rest of your afternoon, as it is.
I don't know why father went after that dark elf harlot.
One more time.
You know what I said, as he proceeds to walk away.
It behooves you to walk away at a much faster pace, brother.
You know I can outshoot you very easily, brother. Anyway, so he proceeds to walk away before he unstrings a bow and kills you, as most elves do carry some sort of weaponry on them. In fact, you yourself carry, I believe it is a rapier on you?
It's rather beautifully embellished weapon. I keep it at my hip, on my hip at all
Yep.
times, but it has rarely seen the light of day.
Yep. And unlike him, you do know your brother is somewhat accomplished as a not necessarily war hero, but as someone who has served. He's a military man, and as a military elf, he almost always has his bow strung on his back. Though he did come to you in somewhat fine clothes, trying to look presentable. You step outside, and the light still somewhat hurts your eyes, though you are much more accustomed to it than most dark elves are. Again, your brother is walking back towards your father's manor, shall we say. But you are in the lower end of the northern part of the city, the Elven district, the only walled off part of the city. And your humble abode, if you will, somehow 2 stories, but in disrepair, kind of falling apart. This part of town is not the best, but much better than the south part of town that you have seen once or twice in your life. What would you proceed to do about the rest of your day now?
At this point, he's got the weight and jingle of something shiny. So he has got a shopping spree on the mind.
It's payday. Let's roll.
Exactly right.
All right.
I intend to spend this all in one place.
Okay, so you head into you wouldn't deign to go to the normal market. No, you would stay up here in the Elven. No, where do you?
My thought process here is, given the fact that most know my origin, I really don't like being seen in the more common Elvish places. So, given the fact that I live so close to the Western Wall, that's kind of where it runs up to. Yeah, as far south as the north goes.
Yeah, basically. That's hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. So I would make my way through the city down to the western gate and make my way into the the library. I mean, that's where I wanted to head, but.
Yes, I guess that's the eastern side. My apologies. I will have a map for you guys at some point. That was one of the few things I have not done as good of a job as I wanted to, because I thought I would find my old map, and I never did. So you eventually arrive at where you want to go, and long past the point in which a young knight went traipsing through this part of town, you yourself come to the bustling market district where you are somewhat known. What shopkeeper would you be perusing today, good sir? What did you have on the mind?
So today I'm looking for a new set of clothes. Given the fact that when they get dirty, I do not clean them. I then discard them. I need to refresh my week's stock.
Okay. Very well. You head into a local tailor. Not the low-end one. You head into the high-end one, I would assume, right? This is one of the few establishments in the non-elven part of the district that, the market district, that is actually run by an elf.
Of course.
Because of course it is. And they know. They know. This would be who you have come to know as Lady Dandrix, a high elf who sells her wares at the Radiant and Illustrious Tailor, as it is known. And she looks at you as you enter and goes, is it the beginning of the week already?
Miss Lady Elric, Dandrix, it is a pleasure to see you once again.
Pleasure to see you too. How much do you have to spend this week?
I think you know the answer quite well, my dear.
All right. Well, we have your usual prepared for you, though taxes are a bit higher. I'm gonna
Taxes?
Yes.
What taxes?
Importing, exporting, maintaining materials, maintaining a workshop. They've been getting me every which way, the guilds around here.
I don't know anything about import and export. All I know is you make a fine doublet.
Thank you. Are you buying 5 today?
5, yes, 5.
5 doublets. Already. That's our standard +3, so 23 gold.
23 gold? Is that all? He pulls out his bag and just pretty much dumps it and then just takes 2 for himself and puts it back in the bag.
Yes, that's all. And how much food will you be getting this week? Not a question I need to answer, of course, but...
You need not worry about me. I have my methods. Take the bundle of clothes from her.
You have an assortment of very overpriced clothes for what they are. I mean, they're not what you're used to. But then again, you haven't been used to them for 30 years. So you are walking out with this bundle of clothes. What is your next stop of the day?
After returning these to my my humble abode, I would like to kind of make my way around the various food stalls and just kind of see if anything piques my interest or curiosity.
Most of what is sold here is fish. Some of it fresh, some of it not. At least in the market itself. There are others, such more luxurious goods, but you've known not to enter those establishments for some time. Made a scene in one.
30 years does learn.
Hubbabaloo in another, if I remember correctly. And the wine that was just out of your price range last time you went in is still just out of your price range. So not much point into going to the more ritzy establishments. You know that around here, fish is what is sold commonly. You do know up in the Elven districts, they have more fruits and more vegetables and roots and of the like.
My goal today is to find something a little bit more with a little bit more longevity, shelf life. Fruits will only last so long, and fish goes bad the second you purchase it.
So as far as longevity goes, there are adventuring stores, if you will. They sell hard tack and whatnot. It does not taste good, but it's your standard ration.
I have my methods.
Okay, fair enough. You might be a cook. We can go with that. But you could maybe someone's selling a whole cow, and if you feel like butchering a cow, but that's beneath you normally. But
by far, yes.
Okay, sweets and stuff are higher end. Again, most of the food in the town is fish and fruits and vegetables is what is grown locally here for such a large city. Anything else is imported and costs quite a bit.
Well, I'll just find whatever 2 gold will get me then. Some hardtack will last me. Beef or some preserved fish.
Yeah, salted beef as well. That's what I'm counting as hardtack and things like that. So preserved
fisherman's food.
Yeah, you spend the rest of your 2 gold at the Adventurer's Way, as it's known. I like dwarves, so a dwarf sits behind the counter and he goes, "Your weekly supply again?"
"You know me well," said Dwarf.
"How much you got this week?"
"I've got 2 gold left to spend. What have you got?"
His heart kind of sinks a little bit, and he goes, I can. You're a good customer. For 2 gold, I can give you your weekly supply."
"Have taxes been hitting you as well? I heard along the way that there are imports and tariffs and all of these special people."
"Oh, nothing of the like. If you'd like to roll insight." I didn't roll good either.
Nat 1?
I rolled better than you. Yeah, no, nothing's wrong with him. Nothing at all.
Modifiers.
Yep. Nothing is wrong with him. Nothing at all. He's right. Yep, he can let you take this for 2 gold, and he gives you about a week's worth of hard food. It's some dried fruits, some salted beef and pork. Fine things that you have your methods for, as you keep saying. So very well, and no taxes, nothing like that. I mean, we're fine here. Nothing.
Fascinating. Anyways, a good day to you, sir.
Good day to you, Makani. Good day. These merchants would know you at least a little bit, and they would know you as Makani. What else? Is there anything else you go about your business for today? What else is on the docket?
Some entertainment is long overdue. Makani has been known to enjoy a book.
Yeah, yes.
He's finished many novels, and he has just finished the penultimate book in an episode. He's going to go see if anyone has for trade the final book.
You know what? That should work, because I think, I'm going to move on to the next person real quick, though. The final member of our party, who also is waking up late today, but that's by design and also on a little later than she meant. Cassidy.
Yes. Cassidy with a K.
Cassidy with a K. All right. Cassidy, you wake up, and you normally wake up later than our fellow friend here, actually. However, you wake up later than you mean to. In fact, quite a bit. You wake up in the south side of town and know that you've got a run ahead of you now, because it is 3, your shift starts at 5 to get to your part of town. What would you do with that information as you wake up in your very rundown building? In fact, some of the other tieflings in the area are, trying. Some of them have been trying to wake you for a while. Like, Cassidy, you gotta get going, Cassidy. So,
I kind of flick the arms away, and then I realize, oh hey, I have work to get to. So her boss was kindly enough to give her some old monkey bread. Banana bread.
Banana bread.
So
that makes sense.
She quickly grabs a slice and she takes everything she needs for her job, and she starts running.
All right, fair enough. You start running, and you are fast. Pretty dang fast, actually. So you're running through town. You see many different things going on, but you don't have time to pay attention to them. Different people wave at you. Some give you wide berth. You continue running as fast as you can, and you make it towards the center gate to the northern elven part of town. You realize very quickly that you've got only a few more minutes to make it to work. Even with all the running, you've got maybe 15 minutes to make it to work. The center gate, you know that the tavern that you work at, the flowing fortune is just on the other side of this gate, and you'll be able to make it as soon as you get through. However, as you approach, you hear a few familiar voices. Hey, you no go here, you no elf. Oh, it's a tiefling again. No go here. Hey, let her be, let her be. No, we know she coming. She worked today. How you doing, Cassidy?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing good, doing good. Norm, get out here. Hey, what's up? Hey, Cassidy, how you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see her. She come here every day. She not an elf. She not going this part of the city. Quiet, Felipe. Anyways, good to see you. Hate to do this to you, and it looks like you're running a tad late, but we gotta do the standard affair around here. We're gonna need to make sure you got no weapons on you, no contraband, any of that stuff. Apologize.
You know that I do use some weapons in my performance.
I know, but there's no weapons in the city. Do you got any of them on you?
What I need for work.
You know we have to confiscate those.
But
Yeah, confiscate them! Shut up, Felipe. You know these elves to be Norm, Tex, and Felipe, long rivals of yours, as some of them are just doing their job. One of them definitely does not like you for some reason.
Can we make this quick?
Make it quick, but you know I have to keep at least some of them for evidence. You get them on the way out, of course. No, don't give them back to her. Hey, be quiet. Norm is just kind of like shooing Felipe away, but Tex is the one that you're mainly talking to.
I still have like half of my banana bread just like in my mouth, and I'm like giving them.
All right,
stuff.
so you do the standard D&D thing as you're giving them your weapons, and Felipe goes, "Man, these aren't even weapons. She's lying to us." And Tex goes, "No, these are chocorams, as you call them.
Chuck rums.
Choc
And then chuck
rums.
rise.
Choc rise. Oh, I don't know. Are these weapons?" Norm's like, "Yeah, they're weapons. We can just take them and we'll let them pass it. It's fine. You know we don't work like that, Norm." Very well. You hand us to them every day. We got evidence. Be on your way. Hopefully you saved a few with your proprietor.
Always.
Smart girl. Anyways, be on your way. Man, why you always do that? Anyways, you hear them bickering in the background as you are still very late. In fact, that took about 10 minutes, and you are getting close to the wire. However, you're a fast runner. In fact, could you give me an athletics to see if you are able to make it there in time? Because it is a run through like one of the Elven market districts here.
Could I roll with acrobatics if I do fun little like cartwheels and things?
Entertaining along the way, kind of?
No, just
Oh,
acrobatics.
yeah. Parkour, sure, go for it.
24.
Okay. You shout parkour at the top of your lungs, and you just start jumping off of the sides of buildings a little bit. In fact, it looks pretty spectacular, and you get a few claps along the way. You didn't mean it to be a performance, but with a roll like that, yeah, that's pretty good. You make it with about 2 minutes to spare as you are at the doorway to the flowing fortunes, as you work here as a dancer, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And you walk in just as the proprietor of the inn says, "Oh, there you are." You know her to be old lady Isha, as she greets you and says, "Did they give you trouble at the gate again?"
Always.
I have to talk to those boys. Anyways, come in. Your routine's gonna start. I paired you with. Ooh, I'm sorry. I paired you with Alia today. I'm sorry. We're short-staffed again. I'm sorry. I'm coming. As she goes off to wait a table, and as you see that it is quite busy in here. Pretty much all elves or fae-aligned creatures, as you well know. A few of your colleagues that work with you are not elves. And you know that it is hard for non-elves to come into this part of the city. Makani had no such trouble going between the two, says he is an elf. But for you had trouble getting here, and you would love to stay in the tavern, work where you but you have to make that run every day because there is a law in place that no elves, non-elves, can live inside of the city unless they are Fey-aligned creatures, which, as a tiefling, you are not. Anyways, the one that you were paired with was Alia, one of the few elves that does work here as a dancer, and one that does not like you. Or at least you assume she does not like you by when she gets up on stage with you, goes, you again. In fact, as you're about to go up, she goes, let's make it interesting. I think I can do better in my performance tonight than you can. I'll wager, what can you afford, a gold?
Rude.
Well, you're not an elf. What does it matter?
You seem threatened by this.
Roll intimidation, actually. That sounds...
Dirty 20.
She's a little taken aback by that. She goes, oh, okay, all right. I see it. Fine then. You got 5 gold on you.
I can do 5.
Do 5. I get more tips than you tonight. Whoever gets more tips gets the other person's.
Deal.
Deal. All right. You proceed to go about your performance. I will need you to make a performance check against my very fun character here, as we all have known to love her immediately.
12.
12. Well, how do you go about doing it? Can you kind of describe it to me? Because I'm trying to get a picture in my head of how you do this.
Well, chakrams are circular. She holds them like that. Sometimes she'll have strips of cloth that she'll like tie around and like swing them. And...
Okay, so you're kind of doing this, swinging things around dance. Alia's, as you know, is more of a traditional elven, graceful dance. She'll ask a patron to come up and they'll do like a waltz type thing going on. And you were kind of doing this back and forth. And it appears that, she always grabs a young looking elf and, they look better to start. So a lot of people are, oh, very nice. And many people in here, a few of them are friends of yours, go, no, it's no good. Especially some of the other non-elf workers. They're like, oh, no, I'll throw a few gold her way. This is fine. You're still in it. Would you like to make another performance check? Or during halftime, she goes, do you want to give up?
You're the one that's going to give up.
Oh, okay. All right. The dance continues as she proceeds to do her waltz, and she... she picked a gentleman with some flat feet by the looks of it, and it doesn't look as good as it did before. What about you?
6.
Total?
You picked someone with a flatter foot.
You in your kind-heartedness kind of bring a child up on stage, and you're showing them how to carefully swing these things, like very little ones with very little ribbons. And it's dangerous, and so some people are kind of like wide eyes, but the child does manage to get through it, and you actually did get higher than her just by a little bit. It was close.
The adorable factor won.
The adorable factor won. However, you are neck and neck. I require one more roll for the end of the night as you guys continue to do the last bit of your dancing, and now everyone is very intrigued as you kind of got 2 separate things going on. So
amazing.
I got a 9.
By the end of the night, she finds another young gentleman who is able to dance with her in a very graceful, very elven way, and one proprietor at the back of the inn who appears to be an elven soldier of some kind goes, oh yeah, I can see myself there one day, and gives a nice, big tip that way. You do end up losing the night. Oh, God.
Can I make it look like one of the ribbons trips her?
Oh, how do you go about doing that? Sabotage. I like it. What do you do though?
Kind of, so as I spin it in, it just kind of wraps around her legs.
To do it stealthily will require a harder roll, and especially without actually hurting her, because if you do hurt her, that'll be like that'll not be good for you, especially with a soldier sitting in the room who does look armed. So I leave it up to you, but it's a hard roll. Because you could take her leg off. I know you could. I don't doubt it. But it would be an attack roll, and probably I would add a stealth roll to it as well.
What if I just trip onto her? Just like I'm gonna pretend like I'm tripping over a piece of the stage. Just stick it up.
Roll performance, and we'll see. I still a little bit higher on the performance side of things, but go for it.
That's a 9. I'm not allowed to be mean.
No. You try to trip, and you notice you're not going to catch her. So you're able to catch yourself and make it part of your performance. But by the end of the night, it looks like she came out ahead, where she ended up getting 5 gold and you got 4, And she goes, it looks like that'll be mine this evening. You didn't need it, right? I mean, you have so much gold already. I mean, right?
If looks could kill.
My wife is glaring at me. I am not sleeping on the bed tonight. Anyways, that's the price I pay. But we want a decent story here, at least believable. What she kind of holds out her hand.
Still hasn't said anything.
She has not. She's glaring daggers at me.
I still have the rest of the night to make more wages without you.
I'm going to cut you there because we kind of went late into the night and there were still a few of you that had stuff in the morning. You're probably late into the night, so we're going to cut back to Tamrick. The morning was mostly spent with after a hot meal, of course, going around to different shrines. They had you clean a few of the, more decrepit ones, and they had you talk to different people as they entered, different people with different faiths, and you were very adamant about Aconine and his goodness and his greatness, and, many people, some appreciated it, some were scoffed at you. You got a wide mix of results, but for the most part, you spent your morning in that grand cathedral just kind of learning and cleaning and doing all that you could until about midday, we'll say. Brother Greg comes up to you and he goes, Hey man, how you enjoying your first day?
It's been very interesting. I didn't know there were so many people who did so many things for so many gods, and I've cleaned a lot of shrine. I've never seen a shrine before today, and I've cleaned like
Really?
30, I think.
Something like, well, they certainly put you to work. You're the new guy. We gotta break you in somehow.
I want to do it well and
No,
and
you have.
quickly.
You have. You've done it exceptionally well, and especially when they had you up on that ladder. I thought you were gonna fall. Anyways,
Well, I have a very low center of gravity, so the higher up I am, the actually better gravity I have. I mean, balance.
The further you are from danger, the closer you are to danger.
fair enough. He goes, I could use a little bit of help. You seemed very interested in finding what texts you could and what scraps you could read, and we have a great library here in the city. In fact, I'm supposed to run some books over there for the restricted section, and I would love if you would come with me.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to help.
Come with me. So the two of you leave the cathedral, which you have been in all morning. Proceed to walk for what seems like a long time. The church and the library are a bit closer, but it still takes you a good 30 minutes to get there. Going through these hustling crowds and these people selling wares on the sides of the road. Again, you've never seen this. And Mateus kind of drags you away from certain ones, as you're going through. And eventually you walk up into this massive building. I mean, it is bigger than the cathedral. It has spires. It looks like many different mages' towers kind of collided together and then spiring out in upward. Yeah, it's... Anyways, you walk through these giant doors that dwarf your character and dwarf even Mateus as you're entering. As you enter this library, and inside you are hit by just the smell of, like... books, like the fresh books off of the print, some that are old and musty. Just the smell of paper and ink hits you as you see lining every wall is books in different colors and different bindings and different states of repair. And as you enter, you see a man a human man in robes approach Brother Mateus, and he goes, Brother Mateus, good to see you again. I assume you've brought more books that your scholars have written for us? It's all true, all true. I've got my friend here today. We're friends, right?
Oh, I'd love to say that I'm a friend.
He's got a friend.
I'm Tamrick. This is amazing. I didn't even know there were this many books in the entire world.
There's a lot of them. In fact, it is the library's policy to say that you can find any book on any subject here in this library. In fact, every book that has ever been written is here in this library.
So I was right. These are all the books in the world?
Not well. As you can see, your friend just brought some books in, so not every book in the world, but it is the tagline of the library. We have much knowledge here. I assume you'll be interested in religious texts. You seem to be a priest along with Gregory here.
Oh yes, I'm studying to be a servant of Aconine, a cleric
noble.
of his order.
Very noble.
And I'd love to see what holy texts you have on that personage.
Very well. I'm sure Gregory can. Gregory, you're going to the restricted section. I assume your little friend here will be fine with you. Sorry, I don't mean to. Just smaller. Anyways,
It's all right. I've been called worse.
Oh no. Yes, I will. You two can head back that way, and then pick up some texts on Aconine. Run them by Jenny on your way out, of course.
Jenny?
Checkout person, secretary, and
okay.
such things.
Absolutely.
Very good at her job, though. Don't make a mad. We'll all be after you. And welcome to the Library of the Unaligned Mages.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And as he turns away, he then proceeds to float away from you.
Oh my goodness. He's a flying.
Yeah, they do that around here. They do indeed fly now.
What's a mage?
That. You're in a... As you're walking through the library, because you're walking and talking at this point, he goes, well, mages are, well, spellcasters, quite like us, but they get their power from other sources, not the divine.
Oh.
You certainly you've seen arcane magic before.
We have stories of it. I wouldn't say necessarily that I've actually seen it, probably, but I have a feeling I may be experiencing it very shortly.
The mages here like to show off, especially for, newer people. They don't always do that, but you do note as you're walking through the library, many, it's many multiple stories high, so many mages do float from bookshelf to bookshelf, looking for what they want. Out of game, it looks like either levitation or fly spells. You're not entirely sure which, but
if I read the right book, can I fly like those fellows?
Well, there's a chance. I won't say no. They do have much knowledge here, but it is very hard for us to do that. We prefer to, be a little bit closer to the ground, to the people,
Right. Well grounded. It's more balanced.
A little balanced. But be careful. Don't the mages, some of them are quite nice, like our friend there at the front, and others of them are a little less nice, but many of them here are more than willing to help. Just don't be pestering them too much. They're very busy in their own work. But here, you eventually come to a bookshelf where he pulls out a book from it, and just it kind of opens up into a secret little room. And he goes, if you wait here for a moment, I just have to drop these off in our section here. And he puts the books down that he has, and he grabs a few others, and he goes, he grabs one of them mainly and goes, this is the main text of Aconine, if you will. I recommend you read it and study it. It will kind of give you a solid base of what's... Well, you already have a decent base of what Aconine expects of you. You have much great faith, but this should help you hone it, to study it, if you will. And he hands you a text, which... did you have a name for it that you wanted, or... do you want me to come up with something? Because my names have been great today. They definitely have not been made fun of at all.
I don't have one that comes to mind.
No
I
worries.
have some written down, but
okay.
I didn't.
The asinine methodologies of Aconine.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
That's a heretical text, my friend.
It is in the restricted section.
It was in the restricted section.
What about the weight of life and death?
Okay. Ooh.
Or the balance of life and death.
We got a lot of balance going on. I like balance. So.
This is scary.
All right. You pick up that book, and okay.
He would almost like open. Is it like a book or a scroll? Or
it's a book. It's a full text.
So he would almost like start trying to open it, but and still walk and follow brother. Was it Matthias or Gregory?
This was Gregory that went with
Gregory.
you.
So he would try to follow him, and then he'd trip on something. Oh no! And he'd
few of the
cover the
wizard
book back up and hold it close to his side, and it's almost like a backpack sized book that he's holding. And so and then he scurries on after Brother Gregory and follows him back.
Very nice. I will cut back to our resident Ash. Ash, you have had a few hours to overhear Fagin's plan, and Fagin has a simple yet effective plan. The guards in the South District are receiving a shipment of armor from one of the brother dwarfs that works in the Market District. Dwarmer by his name, or a Dwemir as he is known. And Dwemir has a reputation of not being the quickest witted. He's been sent down with 4 guards to drop off the armor. Now, you're not interested in the armor. You're interested in the money the guards will be paying for this. And Fagin thinks that as long as you can distract Dwarmer long enough, him and one of his buddies can sneak in to the caravan that they'll be bringing down, more like a covered wagon, if you will, to get any gold out of a chest that they would have been given. And the plan is simple. You just simply stop them and talk to them. However you want to distract them to make sure that him and his buddy can steal stuff. Very classic. And he in fact asks you what would be the best situation for you. You know, we could. He gives you the route that they'll be taking, and basically they'll be going down the main streets. So there will be a lot of eyewitnesses, if you will, no matter what you do. But he wants to do it far enough from the guardhouse so the guards aren't involved, obviously, but not near the castle because that'd be bad. And as closer you get to the market district. So his plan is to kind of hit it in between getting to the castle and to the guardhouse in the south district, basically, is where he'd like to do it. But you think you can do something better with the other ones, the closer you get to the market district, then you get the market guards involved, and the market guards are hyper vigilant, to say the least. You've had run-ins with them. You would know that to be true.
Good to keep it away from the marketplace.
So, how does that sound, friend? Do you think that'll be good?
Fagin, my friend, you're thinking far too small. We need to invest if we are wanting a proper heist.
What you thinking, friend?
I have a contact that we can use to arrange a very eye-catching spectacle. What do people like to look at? What can't they keep their eyes off of? Tragedy.
Yeah, so true, friend, so true.
And so I will arrange. I have a contact who has a wagon. We will arrange for myself, as the main actor of this particular charade, to be hit by this wagon at just the right time to create a distraction for this dwarf and his guards and keep their attention away from the strong box and give you enough time to access and take the loot.
All right. Who's this contact?
Well, the less you know, the less you have culpability, of course.
All right, fair enough. Who's this contact? That was William asking.
It would be a acquaintance. Ash has a lot of acquaintances that he utilizes in his heists. No. It would be are half orcs allowed in?
Half orcs are.
Okay,
Yes.
so it'd be a half orc female who is essentially like a trucker, but the medieval equivalent of a trucker.
Okay. I like the idea. You will. Well, since we're making up this character on the fly, or maybe you had it in your backstory and I didn't read it close enough.
No, this
Okay.
is all entirely made
Hey,
up.
no, this is fine. I don't mind. Let me. You're still gonna have to convince her, I'd say.
Sure,
'cause
yeah.
you
I'm
get to-
thinking of like giving her some money,
Okay.
like like maybe 5 gold or whatever.
Well. Okay. What you want me to do? What with one of my wagons?
Listen, all I need you to do is take your cart down this route at this time. I'll do the rest.
Yeah, but you mentioned something about
I didn't mention anything about anything. All
Okay.
you're doing is
deception again.
natural 20. Natural 20, folks.
All right, I trust you.
First
How much I getting paid for this?
5 gold.
5 gold. Oh, honey, you can do me better. Give me at least 7.
How about 6?
I can accept that.
Okay, I'll take that.
And my wagons won't be damaged.
Not at all.
All right. I trust you. You're a good, well, you're not a good lad, but you never steer me wrong.
He is indeed a lad.
Anyways, okay, you were able to convince the equivalent of a female trucker who we will name later because this will be one of your reoccurring contacts. I will say you can pull this on me 2 more times that you've got 2 more contacts like this in the city.
Cool.
And before I go, okay, how many people do you actually know? So,
A
but
lot.
fair enough. I like this. I like this. So, you're able to get that set up, and you're able to meet back up with Fagin, him and his thief friend, who you don't know well, and he never gives you the name because the less you know, the less liability. Are set up so that they're in a kind of back alley area, and should be able to sneak to it once the collision happens at a sizable, I assume, crossroads where it's plausible that something like that would happen. Are you waiting for your trucker friend now? Or wagon friend, I guess.
Yeah, so Ash will post up. I mean, they'll kind of all arrange it. He'll post up at a spot in the intersection, and he'll be kind of just watching and waiting for her to arrive.
Okay. She arrives a bit before the armor shipment does. And she goes, you just need me to cross here at a certain time, right?
Right. What I'll do is I'll dart in front of the cart. Of course, I'll be very careful not to get hit. but you'll just have to pretend like you hit me. It's very simple.
Okay.
You can pretend, right?
Oh, Darcy knows how to pretend.
Very
and yes,
good.
her name is Darcy now.
Darcy, I like it.
Feels southern enough. Southern orc. We got a southern orc, we got a southern elf. It'll be fine.
There you go.
So, beginning to hear the sound of armored boots, more than there are, because there are guards around. I mean, the southern district is
Sure.
known, but, most of them are just kind of, doing their business. But you do hear what sounds to be some rank and file, at least 4, guarding this covered wagon that's coming down the road, and sitting on top of it, you do see a fairly youngish looking dwarf holding the reins to 2 horses as they're going through the southern district in an orderly fashion, letting people pass in front of them, not making too big of a deal. But you can see that the guards and the dwarf are very alert. What do you do?
I'm going to use a cantrip.
Okay.
According to plan, Ash will insert himself in the way of the wagon. I'm wanting to use prestidigitation to kind of create an extra soiling of my clothes to make it seem like they're extra messed up.
Okay.
And
do that intentionally too, you know.
well, no, like dirt,
That
not
happens after.
yeah, like dirt. I don't know what you were thinking of, but
You said
anyways,
soil.
well, dirts. Anyways, so Ash will kind of dart out in front of the cart as planned, kind of, pretend to be run over by one of the wagon wheels, and he will proceed to make a very convincing, hopefully, performance that he's been injured.
I'm walking through it. Sorry. You're going to
Pretend to be hit,
pretend to
and
be hit.
as he's doing that, like make it like seem like he's extra dirty
Okay.
to kind of get the buy-in.
Okay, so you're making yourself look like that, and you're going to run out and make it look like you get hit by this
Yeah,
thing. Okay.
exactly. So could be deception, could be performance, could be.
I'm gonna go performance here if that's okay,
Okay,
with you.
that's fine.
And of course you're also signaling your friend to come out and
Yeah.
hit you,
Yeah,
which she's skilled enough that you don't think that'll happen. So
let's hope. I don't have a lot of hit
I'll
points.
roll that while you're rolling
Okay.
that.
Not the best, but it could be worse, I guess. Technically. Okay. I rolled a total of 12.
Okay, it's not your best work. However, you get out onto the street as you were just walking there. You start to do this magic on yourself, and your friend comes barreling around a corner, top speed, and just misses your left toe. It's close.
I needed that toe.
It looks good. It does, however, look good though. What do you do?
So, Ash will dart out in front, throw himself on the ground, and kind of start writhing. Oh, the agony! Oh, my leg! Oh no! And he'll give a nice performance of having broken his leg and just be kind of rocking on the ground back and forth. Oh no!
Okay, I assume you did this close enough that the other wagon would be close enough to hear all this.
Right, and he'd be calling, "Help, please, someone!
Make way,
Is there
stop,
a doctor in the house?"
Is he all right? Says the dwarf. You hear him kind of say that pretty loudly, and one of the guards goes, "We'll take a look at it, but everyone else, high alert, stay close." One of the guards comes up, and he goes, "Sir, what happened?" He got in my way, this darn fella here. As your friend is kind of understands the point here now. Ma'am, not right now. Sir, are you okay? Asked the guard.
This careless teamster here, she was going so fast. I was just crossing the street on my way to my grandparents' house. They're sick. Poor thing.
Oh, you holler down now. Make your I assume that would be deception is what you'd like to do.
I'm not telling the truth.
All right, I kind of figured.
I don't tell the truth often. That would be a 9.
Guard looks a bit
Yeah.
skeptical, to say the least.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "Well, let me take a look at your leg. I've seen battlefield wounds
No,
before."
don't touch it.
All right, I don't
You're
wanna
not are you a cleric?
No, I'm
Fetch
not.
a cleric.
Let me roll this real quick. Do you mind if I throw you a curveball?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, Sir Elric, you are
Oh,
walking
nice.
down this. Are you okay? Are you okay with that? Because you know where I'm going with this.
I like it.
All right,
That's good.
Sir Elric,
I
you.
kind of figured that would happen.
All right, you are walking down the street as you hear someone like the just rush out of the street. You then hear, oh my leg," and you come to see what's going on. However, you were a little bit past this, and so you're walking back. Can I get a perception roll from you since you're,
Yes.
looking?
All right, he's rolling. I'm the interpreter of rolls. There's some fox rolling. I don't get it.
You can say what it is.
It's
That
a
was the dice roll
17.
Oh,
Is
No
that with your-
additives or
I
preservatives.
can confirm 17.
No
Seven-
additives.
17.
No
Sir
additives,
Elric,
preservatives.
you come upon a scene of it looks like there's a carriage out in front of another carriage. The carriage that you're coming up upon has 2 guards beside it that are kind of peering around, trying to see what's going on. However, you notice 2 figures go into the back of this carriage. They look a little grungy and a little unsavory, almost ne'er-do-well-esque to say.
Dun, dun, dun.
What would you do?
They're ne'er-do-wellers.
Ne'er-do-wellers.
So,
This
I see you just.
no, he doesn't say that. But what immediately when looking at this situation, he's like, he kind of just is like, man, there's so much bad in this city, but there's so many guards that are already on top of it. What's a man to do? And then he sees these ne'er-do-wells doing ne'er-well, and he immediately points and says, "Wicked men,
I assume
wicked men,
at like
stop your evil ways."
I assume you were doing this loud, right? You just
Very loud, yes.
okay. I'm gonna see if
I'm-
you are loud enough. Yeah, that's loud enough. The 2 guards both immediately turn, as do both of the the ne'er-do-wellers, as we're calling them, turn around to see you just pointing at them. The 2 guards kind of like peer around the covered wagon very slowly as these 2 ne'er-do-wells are literally caught red-handed in there, with one exit being where the guards are, or trying to go through the front where the dwarf is. One of them, a tiefling-looking fellow, jumps out that way as quick as he can. You see this. He is not stealthy. Everyone sees a tiefling fall out of the back of this cart. What do you do, Ash?
Yes. So Ash is going to see that people are bailing.
Yeah, he bailed, and you also heard something about ne'er-do-wells.
Yes.
Wicked men.
Ash is
wicked
going
men.
to beat a quick retreat. And so he will try to get while the getting's good. It looks like the jig is up. He knows he's done enough cons to know when things are starting to go south. It's good to just, if you have a chance to get out, get out.
Okay, you do have the one guard pretty close to you that wanted to examine your leg. He's still, I'd say, within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
You also have your friend,
Yeah.
Darcy, who also realizes this is bad.
Yeah. Let's see. So the one guard's still looking, at me and not distracted.
Correct. He was very focused on you. The other 2 that were nearby, the other 4 guards or 3 guards, I should say, got distracted. The 4th is pretty intent on you still. He's like, I've got other people around me. They'll deal with it.
Okay. Trying to think if I should dig a deeper hole or just cut and run at this point. So he is going to rely on his own ability to pull this off. And so he's going to actually start yelling and screaming at Darcy. You clumsy, ignorant, no good for nothing teamster. Why you? And he'll try to pick himself up, continuing like the shaky, like broken leg act, but he's going to try to go into like a faked physical altercation with Darcy.
Okay, I'm gonna roll an insight on her versus
Okay.
your
See
performance.
if she gets the drift.
Yeah, if she's got a high insight and you've got a high performance, then you guys are picking up what each other are putting down. And if
Okay.
not,
Okay,
she's gonna have
let's
to
see.
try to catch up. So, oh
Man,
boy,
these dice don't like me.
uh-oh. That's
They-
what I like
they
to
were.
That's what I like to hear.
9 total for performance.
Okay, Darcy is a little quick on the draw.
Okay.
And she's a little shaky with your performance, but she gets that you're doing something. So she
Okay.
goes,
Okay.
you're like trying to stand up and like leaning on
Yeah.
the cart, I
Yeah.
assume.
Trying to like maybe swing weakly or something.
Swing weekly. She like bats it away and goes, I got a delivery to make. I don't need to be dealing with you. I'm out of here. She says, and the guard's like, wait, no. Meanwhile, your tiefling friend is one of the guards has noticed him, and he's picked himself up and is trying to like bolt.
Yeah, he's running.
You hear, and I'll actually go to Sir Elric's perspective, the two guards are able to rush in and grab the other thief before anything can happen, and you see that he is subdued. You, of course, can kind of hear the rustling ash as this happens. Sir Elric, would you be doing anything at this time?
Yeah, because the tiefling guy is making an escape, right?
He is making an escape. He looks like he's darting off towards a side alley, but he's in view of both of you guys to see that. He's kind of on like the side of the wagon, so...
I'm going to chase after him as full speed as I can.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, sounds good. So, Ash, you see your friend dart, and you think another guard might be after him by the sounds of metal boots going that way. You're getting into this fake altercation, and Darcy can kind of see what you're doing, but I can't, so we'll see what happens. So
Okay. So Ash will continue to kind of try to hint to Darcy to just go and just to get her out of harm's way.
Okay.
And so he'll continue to, don't you go anywhere, you foul, horrible person, you dirty half-orc, you.
Oh, well, why, I never. And she takes off, going about as fast as you would imagine she might be going. The dwarf on top is looking very confused. The guard, make a performance.
Okay.
I thought he was going to roll low. He did not, so it needs to be decent.
Okay. 16.
That's decent. He seems maybe not fully convinced, but willing. He's skeptical, but he's like, "All right, sir, I'll see if we can get a cleric for you."
Well, the other thing Ash wants to do too is as Darcy's kind of just getting out of there.
Oh, okay.
He might pretend to like get caught on something on the wagon, so he can leave too.
On the wagon?
To get dragged away.
Okay.
Since he was kind of trying to like climb up onto the wagon to get at her.
Okay, let's do a sleight of hand to see if you're able to like grab hold of something and kind of how stealthy it is.
I'm okay at sleight of hand. Natural 20. Okay.
You are more than okay at sleight of hand, at least in this instance. You knew it was time to leave, so you're able to you find something that you're able to hold on to, and you get dragged out of there as the guard is like, wait, no, hey, and is trying to come after you, but Darcy knows how to take off like the Dickens are up, so she is gone.
Yeah.
And as such, so are you. You're out of harm's way. However,
I'm screaming, get a cleric all the way.
Would a cleric hear that?
You know what I'm going to do with that. Anyways, okay. You're doing that. We're going to cut back to Sir Elric. Sir Elric, you're in an unfamiliar city chasing down a grungy-looking, wicked-doing, ne'er-do-welling thief. He is running, and you're not being stealthy about following him, are you?
Oh, absolutely not. I actually probably would be yelling at him, like, your thieving days are as a bar closing, and I am the minimum wage barkeep shutting you down.
My
That's really good, Drew.
That was good. You know what? We're gonna start with an athletics roll. We're gonna see which one of you guys is faster in this instance on what you're doing.
So 16.
16 total. All right, that's not bad. However, this guy is running like the wind, and one thing that he has on you is he knows the city. He starts taking weird turns. You're able to keep up. You're able to, like, as he makes a turn, you're able to see, like, his tail, if you will, since he is a tiefling, turning around a corner. So you're able to keep pace, but he is outpacing you at the moment. What would you do? And again, you're just in, like, random back alleys right now.
Perhaps would I happen upon maybe, like, a stack of barrels or some objects up further in front of him, because I do have javelins, and I'm thinking of maybe making an obstacle in front of him.
Okay, sounds like a plan. You come to a slightly longer than this guy would have liked alleyway where you can see a few barrels in front of him. I'll allow that. You can, I assume you wanted to make a javelin attack on like the barrels to try to knock him over or something?
Yeah, something like that. Any way to create an obstacle in front of him.
Let's make the first attack roll of the game on some barrels. That sounds fun.
Sweet. All right, I rolled a 15. It was 15 plus 5.
15 plus 5, so a dirty 20. Not bad. That is definitely enough to hit a barrel. Can you roll damage for me?
All right, my d6 was a 5 plus 3 is 8.
That is enough to kind of shatter the bottom of one of the barrels, which kind of creates a cascade like you'd like right in front of this guy. Now, I'm going to roll his reflexes. He gets pretty caught in that, actually. It slows him down a bit. You're able to make some ground on him. Now, again, this was a much longer corridor. He does make an acrobatics to just kind of scramble over it as quick as he can. He kind of shouts parkour and gets over it as quick as he can.
Must be a tiefling thing.
It's a tiefling thing, I guess. You now have this obstacle that you have made in front of you as he has scrambled over it. However, you have gained a lot of distance on him. What would you do?
I would try to make a barrel through.
Okay.
Kind of using my momentum to kind of just shoulder past some of these barrels.
Okay.
And continue towards them.
All right. I would say in athletics again, just kind of trying to muscle your way through, if you will. I say would be the best for it, or just what you got.
That one was an 18 plus my mod of 3.
So this guy,
so
okay.
21 total.
So here's the scene. This guy scrambles over, and he kind of gets a smirk on his face. That Fagin smirk as he stops for just a moment to catch his breath, as you then hear, "Oh yeah!" Barreling through. This guy has lost a lot of ground. He's still ahead of you, but he's maybe 15 feet ahead of you right now. He is gonna try. He turns and throws what appears to be pocket sand or something like that at you. Does a 12 break your armor class?
It does not.
It does not. So there is just sand in the air in front of you as this guy takes off running. And again, it's assumed that you guys are running to kind of keep pace with each other and that you're doing the same. So you are about 15 feet behind him when your turn ends, if you will. What do you do?
Oh man, I do have some hempen rope in my pack, which would kind of be awkward to get out at this situation.
It would.
But it is 50 feet of it. Oh man, this is rough. I've done everything I can think of. I think he's going to find it within himself to make a final push for a little bit of a faster pace. Just really dig deep and try to gain some extra speed and ground on this guy.
Okay. I would say make another athletics check to push through, and I will see if it is good enough.
All right, we're 10 with plus 3 is 13 total.
You're able to get within spitting distance of this guy. He knows you are right behind him. What would he do? Yeah, pretty much. I saw that, Jerry. That's I'm seeing if Fagin has anything he wants to do other than run. Basically, you've been winding through these back alleys. You've maybe crossed some same ground again. I will give you another action before I figure out if there's anything Fagin can do. You are I'd say within 5 feet of him.
I mean, he's gonna reach out and try to grab him by the scruff of his neck.
Scruff of his neck.
And pull him straight down to the ground.
Make a grapple check.
It's a 16 plus my mod of 3, which is 19 total.
Yeah, you're able to grab Fagin. His momentum just stops as you, the mean wall of Sir Elric, just yank this guy. And you're able to grab him by the collar, basically, and throw him to the ground. And the wind is just... If you'd like, I could set you up with a nice guard route. I really could use men like you. You seem to know what you're doing. Would you like to report to me in the morning and see what we can accomplish with you?
Absolutely. Destiny brought me to this city, and yet again Destiny has guided me once to you. So indeed, I will report first thing in the morning. Where is this headquarters you speak of?
He gives you directions, and it's pretty far into the south side of town. Basically, it's kind of just shy of I'll draw a map, and that might help. That's gonna be it's in the south part of the city. Let's just keep it simple.
Just text me the address.
Yes, I will text you the address. I will let Destiny know, and she will get it to you.
Destiny will tell me the way.
Destiny will guide his steps.
The faithful messenger, Destiny.
Ash, we got one loose end to tie up. You make it back to the safe house, if you will, and only 2 of you make it there. And Darcy goes, "Well, that was a bust."
Yes, it appears that our associates were not quite as skillful as they should have been.
Who shouts wicked doers these days? That's just awkward.
I am not sure. That sounds like a very mentally deranged individual.
Sure does. You owe me 6 gold.
Here you go.
Very well. I hope it goes better for you next time. I'm sure the guild won't be happy about that one. Good luck.
Yep.
And she gets out of there with her wagon, leaving you kind of alone. Is there anything else you would try to do during the day?
I mean, I still have a bag of books that I could try to continue to sell in the
You will probably
Scholars District area.
you proceed to do that, and you are probably not very fruitful in your efforts, but we will cut to one person who wanted to go to the library real quick. This is all towards the end of the day. The day is winding down now. And of course, we have our late riser over here. So, Makani, you are heading towards the Grand Library. It takes you again an hour to get there. And maybe even longer.
I'm
you're
lollygagging.
You're lollygagging. Your gags are lollied.
I was not going to say that.
I'm sorry. I thought of that
I
a second too
am
late.
gagging on lollies the entire way.
Please cut that. Please, David. Please cut that.
That's staying in.
Oh, please. Oh. What did I get myself into? Anyways. All right. You proceed to walk back past the castle. You walk close to the bridge. You don't care. You just cut right on through. You get there meanderingly. And it's close to the end of the day when you do arrive at the... Well, I mean, it's a building, it inspires, big building, whatever. You've seen it before.
You haven't described it to Makani before. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I haven't,
Massive
But
building.
this is...
very well used to it because I've been
You're
here
used
before.
to it. It's not as much wonder to you,
So, I have brought my, it's the penultimate book in this epic series, epic series about a dragon rider of some far-off country.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hankering to return this book in trade for the final epic climactic book of the series.
All right. So you begin to start heading inside. You do see some sellers selling their wares outside. Is Makani wise to their scheme or no?
Well, given my pockets are now empty, they don't really entice me as much. Maybe I'll do some window shopping and just give them the old... I don't have my wallet with me, but would that I did, I would be one of your patrons.
I can see Makani doing that. You just stop and talking to people as you go. So you proceed to walk into the library, and you find the bookseller who sold you sold you the first book or traded it to you, a scholar by the name of Meg, a halfling by chance actually. And she pops up from one of the bookshelves, and she's flying.
Meg.
She's flying over it. Oh, you're back. Good to see you. I bet you're here for that last book, right?
How could you have guessed? This book was it was ravishing. Thank you so much for recommending this series.
Adventure is quite good, isn't it? No. Anyways, I believe we have a copy around here. Let me go find it for you. You see her kind of float away and comes back a minute or two later with the final book of this series, the final blow of the dragon armies or something of the like, And she says, you know that this one is based off of historical events, so to speak.
You don't say.
Yes, historical fiction, they say. Some liberties taken here or there, but it's quite a read, isn't it?
I'll be dipped. I did not realize that they wrote things that happened before in these books. They sound so fantastical.
Well, they took some liberties. Can you believe that Pegasus exists?
It'd be ridiculous. Imagine something flying that also has 4 hooves.
I know, right? Oh, no. Anyways. Oh, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Are you coming over for dinner?
If you'll have me. I dare not impose.
I'm sure we can arrange that. How about tomorrow evening? You come by, we'll feed you a nice big halfling meal, get some scrumptious in your tummy.
Full belly from a half person? No one else but you, Meg. None but you.
Good to see you. All right, you know where to find me if you need anything?
Always.
Good to see you. Enjoy the book.
Oh, you know I will. I dare say it might even be finished before dinner time tomorrow.
Good to hear. Good to see you'll stay up all night again. Anyways, Is there anything else you will be doing other than going home to read?
No, that was my whole mission for the day.
You proceed to go home to read your book. You, at the end of the day, head back home with the coin you had in your pocket. You did make a few today.
I did.
Sir Elric, the guard captains are able to set you up in a tavern for the night for your good deeds. They pay room and board for one of the taverns in the southern part of the district so that you can get to work early in the morning. Ashley, your character is trying to run home after a long shift, and Talik, you have spent a day, reading the text and studying it, and I'd say you'd probably still be up trying to study it with your devotion that you've had. As you are going about to do these effects or trying to get to sleep or whatever you are doing, everything stops for a moment as the sky grows red.
The Peril of Tamrick is a production of Trail and Kin Workshop, LLC. This is unofficial fan content not approved or endorsed by Wizards. Portions of the material used are property of Wizards of the Coast. The setting and adventure of The Peril of Tamrick are the creation of William Barrett in storytelling collaboration with Ashley Barrett, Jerry Hopman, and Daniel, David, and Drew Lennox. Thank you for listening.